Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I'll just wait here a couple seconds before I get a couple more people in here. Looks like I've only got just a couple people here. If you're out there, just say hi. I've got a very special guest here. For those who've seen my first comment here, Dean, I've got the turkey Legster backstage. And I've got a few crazy questions for him. So if anybody has any questions, by all means, shoot them out. But I do have some from other people. And welcome in, Dean, the turkey Legster. Hi, Dean. Hey there,
Hello.
Jonathan. How you doing, buddy? All
Hi,
right, Dean.
Jonathan.
Okay, Dean. So now that I've got you here, um, I do have one crazy question. Well, it actually comes from Tina McNeil. She wants to know: was there ever a time when you did not like turkey legs?
So, the short answer to that, I think, is no. But I would say the longer answer, there would be a clarification. I would say there was a time when I did not realize I liked turkey legs. That would have been before I started having turkey legs.
Mm-hmm. So it was more of a thing that you just kind of once you tried it, you just completely fell in love with it, right?
Yeah,
Now, are you the one that grabs the drumstick off the turkey at Thanksgiving, or both of them?
I have. Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
have.
tend to. Yeah. The last couple of years, though, since I've kind of started having turkey legs outside, all the time, um, I will usually pull back a little bit, and in case anyone else wants, that Thanksgiving turkey leg, but I might have one at least.
Okay, cool. Well, so at least you're not grabbing both turkey legs on the first sitting, then, right?
I restrain myself, yeah,
You try to. Good.
just to be nice, yeah,
Oh, good. Because I mean, I'm a big fan of turkey legs myself. Now,
yeah.
when I worked at Disneyland in outdoor vending, one of the jobs that I had to learn was how to make the turkey legs. And yeah, they're smoked, but they're also brined and they're steamed. So that's one of the reasons they're so freaking juicy is because they do steam them in the brine water. Now, I also have here's some other interesting questions, and that would be number one. First off, what was your favorite Disney movie?
So my favorite Disney movie, there's actually two that
Mm-hmm.
tie for first. It's between Dumbo and The Jungle Book.
Okay, so you're more a fan of the classic animation, then, right?
Yeah, I lean more towards the classic. I mean, some of the newer ones are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I would prefer, the Disney classics. There's nothing like the classics.
Did you jump on the Frozen bandwagon?
You
You
mean,
know everybody was loving it. Did you jump on that too?
I think I saw it after it came out, um, and I enjoyed it. I was a little, um, with the Frozen, I was really disappointed when I saw it actually, because the original like promo spot was
Mm-hmm.
Olaf and Sven, on the frozen lake. Um, and so I thought that Frozen was going to be this kind of not a princess movie, but a more of a snowman, kind of a more like a
Yeah.
Bambi in winter,
Uh
like
huh.
like all winter kind of a thing. And then and I saw Frozen and it's princesses. Uh, a princess thing. So I was kind of thrown off with that, but I
I think
enjoyed
a
it.
lot of people were, but I believe it was kind of Disney's riff on the Hans Christian Andersen story, The Snow Queen.
Yeah.
And I mean it's a great way to do that because I mean that was a really tragic story. Um, Also, I know your favorite Disney park snack is definitely the turkey leg. Now this is going to be a tougher one for you. Other than the turkey leg, what's your favorite Disney park snack?
The Dole Whip,
Dole Whip. Okay, what flavor?
the pineapple. Well, specifically, I'd say the Dole Whip float with the pineapple and the pineapple juice. It's what I
Okay.
usually get.
Have you tried any other flavors?
I have had I don't know if they have this in Disneyland, but Magic Kingdom has the Peter Pan float,
That's the lime one with the
the
Sprite.
lime with the spray and the little red feather. I've had
Uh huh.
that, but that's the
Okay.
only other one I've had.
I think Melissa did Melissa from Mouse Talk did a food review of that one, and she said that she wasn't quite impressed after trying her first pineapple Dole Whip. But we have a flavor out here. It's a regular flavor in DCA that I've heard comes to Walt Disney World here and there, and that is it's probably my favorite flavor, lemon.
Okay.
If you've ever, oh my God, if you've ever tried the,
I haven't heard of that coming here. I've heard of, I think raspberry
mm-hmm.
they have in some places, um, coconut.
Oh, that's got ooh, not my thing. Coconut is not my flavor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind coconut. But when it comes to the Dole Whip, I enjoyed the Peter Pan float, but
mm-hmm.
I think I would, given a choice, you know, just cost wise, also, I would go with the pineapple.
And of course, Mandy, I know you're a huge fan of
Hi,
Beauty and the
Mandy,
Beast. There, Mandy is an
and hi,
absolute
Rachel.
sweetheart. Okay, now, what's your favorite attraction at the Magic Kingdom?
So I'm more of a slow ride, enjoy, So it's a two-way tie between the Liberty Bell riverboat,
Mm-hmm.
um, or the People Mover.
Everybody seems to like the People Mover. You know, when we had the People Mover at Disneyland, it was one of those rides that just wasn't that popular at the time. The only ones who really loved it were the hardcore Disney fans. But you see, Disneyland is more like a locals park. You have a lot more locals going to it than you do your tourists. But the neat thing about our People Mover is we had some tunnels here that I don't think were at the Magic Kingdom, like the Tron Tunnel. We had the Super Speed Tunnel, which was basically when you go the same speed, you know, as a normal People Mover, but because there's screens on either side of you and above you of cars just zooming past you and zooming at a high rate of speed, it felt like you were going a lot faster. I mean, that was a really cool little effect they did. But over at Disneyland, we have, in addition to the Liberty Bell, which we call it the Mark Twain,
Yeah,
same paddle wheeler, we have the sailing ship Columbia.
I
Some people
know.
some people call that the pirate ship. No, it's a merchant vessel, not a pirate ship. Um, but now I know other parks are famous for their attractions too. What would you say your favorite attraction at Epcot is?
At Epcot, I like Spaceship Earth. Um, I also like they have the two Circle Vision films
Mm-hmm.
in Canada and China that I
Uh-huh.
really like. Um,
So basically, you like the more relaxed attractions, right?
Yeah, I'm more of a, I don't. Also, if I see a line, it's like I'd rather, not just stand in line when I'm at Disney.
Why
Um,
not? Why don't you like lines?
I mean, I know there's going to be lines and waiting at some point at
Of
Disney,
course.
but some of I just kind of, sometimes I just feel like I can just walk on by and be fine.
Dean, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. Being in a long line is a great way to step out of your shell and meet new fellow Disney fans. For example, I took my mom to Disneyland for the first time in ages. She hadn't been to Disneyland since 2009, and we got in line for Rise of the Resistance, which the app was saying it was like a 75-minute wait. It really was not that bad because there was a couple of young ladies behind us that one of them, my mom, swore up and down looked like my niece. And because of that perceived connection, we were basically talking with these young ladies throughout the entire time we were in line. It didn't feel like we were in line for almost an hour and a half. It felt like it just breezed on by because we were all sitting there talking and having a good old time with our new friends that we made. So yeah, waiting in line can be a drag, but if you're sitting there talking to people, it can go by so much faster. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess, I'm usually there by myself and I am more of a,
Perfect. Perfect. Yes.
intro, I'm not really, outgoing. So the thought of,
Mm-hmm.
talking to people, it would be it would
It's just
take
nervous as
me.
all get out, right?
Yeah.
So
But
you're
I see
worried.
what you're saying. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Don't get me wrong. I get worried about, oh my God, what's this person going to think about me? What if I screw up? What if I look like an idiot? And then I start thinking, wait a minute, these are people I'm just meeting at a theme park. What's the likelihood I'm ever going to see them again? Right? So, what in the world does their opinion matter in the grand scheme of Brian, right? Or what are these people's opinion matter in the grand scheme of Dean? Think about that. It's not going to really matter. You're not going to see them the next day, right? So why worry about what they think of you? Worry about what you think of you. Does that make sense?
That's true. That's good.
Just
Yeah,
just have
that
fun,
makes sense.
And if you make a friend, great. That's one more friend than you had earlier, right?
That's true.
So
Yep.
think of it that way. And don't be afraid, and you'll be fine. Because life is like life is nothing if it's not an adventure. And it's much more fun to adventure with new friends. Now, that being said, who's your favorite prince?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I was just thinking about this the other day.
Up and
I think. Hi,
look who
Kelly.
popped in.
Um, I really think my favorite prince is Prince Philip in Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
I think because um, well, number one, he's one of the classics, which I tend to lean towards. But
Uh huh.
he was willing to like fight. He fought, Maleficent as a dragon, and
Let's just face it. Let's just face it. Of all the princes out there, Prince Philip was the only real badass out there. I mean, he fought a dragon.
exactly.
How many other princes did Prince Charming fight a dragon? No, he just showed up at the right time. Did Cinderella's hubby fight a dragon? No, he was looking to find his Miss Right. So his mom threw him a ball. I mean, that's not a heroic thing. That's just being at the right place at the right time to score the
Exactly.
girl. Where Philip, he whips out his sword and goes after the dragon. What better way to score the chick than that, right? You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I totally agree that Prince Philip is one of the best. Now, on with that note, I would also say that I would actually call this guy a prince after part two, but Kristoff from Frozen. He was like your working man's prince. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He started from basically cutting ice. You know, and that's a hard job. If you ever seen videos of Norwegians cutting ice, oh my god, that's hard work. You know, that's where you get your sweat on, and then you slip in your sweat on the ice and you bonk your head. You know, that's not going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I would argue that Kristoff is also a pretty darn good prince. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, now you have you have your bus system, you have your monorail system, you have the ferry, you have the minivans, and now you have the Skyliner. Of the Disney transportation options, which one would you say is your favorite?
Definite number one would be the monorail,
Uh-huh.
and then I also enjoy the ferry,
Oh, yep. Oh,
taking the
hold on one
ferry.
second. Paula,
Hey,
welcome in, my
Paula.
dear. Thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, now, so monorail's number one,
Hmm.
which by the way, that was how my mom and I got into Disneyland. Is we took the monorail from downtown Disney straight into Disneyland, which it's more of a ride than a transportation method at Disneyland. But you're saying number one is monorail, number two the ferry, and number three.
Number three, I would have to go. Well, I'm gonna say it's still a boat, but the friendship boats that they have at
Okay,
other
I'll give you that one.
places around. The buses are okay. Um, the buses are okay.
Okay.
I'm not. I wouldn't. You know, I like some of the new wraps. Disney World has done some cool new like artwork wraps on the buses
Mm-hmm.
during like the 50th and recently was like some of the characters. So they're doing that's fun. But
Uh-huh. I think they're trying to raise the appeal of the buses by doing the wraps because, to be honest, the bus tends to be just long and drawn out, takes forever. Sometimes you have to wait for minutes and minutes and minutes at your hotel or at your resort for these stupid buses because the bus for your park is not there when you want it there. It's all about patience. People just need to exhibit a little bit more patience and
yeah,
also leave a little bit earlier. You know. Okay, I'm assuming that you're probably not a fan of the Skyliner.
I am not. I did ride it, but I was uncomfortable getting on. I kind of lost my balance. I actually kind of fell into the seat. So I like to joke
Well, hey,
that
at
I
least
was
you landed on your seat, right?
and I like to joke I was promptly seated upon boarding the
Yep.
Skyliner.
There you go.
But so that was just kind of a throw off. It is kind of a turn off for me for the Skyliner. But then I did enjoy the ride. Going up and riding. It's a good ride. It's
Oh yeah,
just
and I have to second this from Paul Kelly. Love you too. You are awesome. Definitely a great friend. Okay, now as far as Epcot goes, we touched on Epcot. And I know one of your favorite attractions in Epcot's got to be that friendship boat getting you to Epcot, right? Because you are a fan of the slow moving ones, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what would you say your favorite country in Epcot is at the World Showcase Pavilion?
Definitely. The American Adventure.
The American Adventure. Now, is that because you're biased? Being
No,
being an American citizen.
it's because that's where they sell the turkey legs.
Oh, you and your turkey legs. If they sold turkey legs at every one of the pavilions, which one would be your favorite?
Oh, okay. If they sold one at every one of the pavilions.
And I can see them doing that. You go to Mexico to get your spicy turkey legs. You go to Canada to get your maple flavored turkey legs. You go to Germany to get your mustard fun for the turkey legs.
They should do that. But let's see. I could
Yeah.
see I could see I could see Canada.
Uh huh.
Probably it probably the American Adventure would probably still be up there, maybe a tie. And with Canada, maybe a tie or a close second.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now, still in Epcot here. I know you've been to Club Cool. What's your favorite beverage over at Club Cool?
Oh goodness.
Are you a fan of Beverly?
I am not. I tried
Are
it.
you a glutton for Beverly?
I tried it. I took a little sip and
No, you
uh,
didn't do it right.
I
You're not
didn't.
supposed to sip. You're supposed to just shoot it. Go for
Okay.
it.
I'll try to guzzle something when I'm there. But I liked they've got a cucumber Sprite
Cucumber Sprite.
that is
Really?
actually, it sounds worse than it actually tastes. It's actually really refreshing. Um, so I would say that's my favorite.
Oh, here you go.
Yes, turkey legs.
See? So there, you have something in common with Paula's boyfriend. There you go. Now, have you tried the new China drink? That barbecue soda.
Did I try that one? I don't think I tried that one.
Because I honestly think that barbecue soda would actually go great as a turkey leg dip. What do you think?
Probably. I have, yeah, you know what happened was they were the last couple of times I was at Club Cool, they were out.
Mm-hmm.
The stations were all out of like a drink, and I think the couple I was kind of, kind of trying, they were both out of that one.
Uh-huh.
So it was just it was a little frustrating, but I just kind of went with what they had, and so I have not tried that one yet.
I've heard some people say that it's the most revolting thing they've ever tried, and I've heard some people say that they that it's surprisingly delicious. I'm going to be going in October. I have no idea. Oh my gosh! Now I know you were doing the Star Wars stories recently during the
Uh-huh.
month of May. Who's your favorite Star Wars character?
Yoda.
You look like Yoda. You do.
Hmm.
And why do you like Yoda?
Because amazing he is.
He's also 900 something years old. That's ancient. I mean, look at the freaking prune face he had. Oh, there you got it. You got to go with the Yoda years, right? I mean, look at the prune face he had there. My gosh, even in Empire, he was a prune. Okay, now my favorite. I I know you're probably gonna be disappointed, but I'm actually a huge fan of Lord Vader and
I
Emperor
like him
Palpatine.
too.
And Emperor
Yeah,
Palpatine.
I say
It's,
Darth Vader is my favorite of the
mhm,
bad guys.
of the
Uh,
villains.
yeah,
Yeah, because I mean, it takes a great villain to make a really really good story, and they had that in spades with Star Wars. I mean, you had Darth Maul in Episode One. He was just he was just you got to say he's just badass without saying anything. He's just amazing. And fighting with a double bladed lightsaber. It's the first time anybody had ever seen one, and now it's like the most popular type of lightsaber out there. Then
yeah.
now speaking of which, since I did mention the villains, who's your favorite Disney villain?
Oh, Disney villain. I'm gonna go with Jafar.
Jafar. Oh, why would that be?
I think I don't know. There's something about Jafar as between the villain. It's really kind of hard. Um, I would say Maleficent is a very close second,
Mm-hmm.
but Jafar just kind of
Now, Jafar was kind of like a sorcerer type. Maleficent was, I would say, she's kind of like a fey wizardess. Um, Now, can you imagine if Jafar and Maleficent would have gotten together and teamed up? What would you think of that?
oh my goodness. Watch out, people.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Although Ursula is not too bad either. Although she's a little bit kind of handsy. Well, technically, I guess would be
It's
the
kind
right
of
word.
fishy.
Yeah, a little fishy too. Now, I know we went over Epcot and we went over Magic Kingdom. What would you say your absolute favorite ride at Hollywood Studios is? Current, current. So you can't say the Great Movie Ride.
Oh, well, let's see. I'm not sure about, well, okay, and I have not been on it in years, but the Toy Story Mania, that was really fun.
Okay, why
But I
haven't you
would,
been on that in years?
well, going back to the whole waiting in lines thing,
Mm-hmm.
it tends to be when I'm there, at least. Lucky me, there always seems to be a line.
Uh
Um,
huh. Now I'm not aware of this, whether because I haven't been there, but does Mania have a single rider line?
I don't know.
Because that's something I
Um,
think would benefit from a single rider line. Because think of it this way: you have four seats in each one of the cars, right? And sometimes you're going to have parties of three. So why not grab a single rider and throw it in there with that party of three? Or sometimes you might have, um, like a party of five, then you got in the party of two, then you get an extra person to fill out that other seat. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, Kelly, I got to ask, what's for dinner? Please don't say turkey legs. I think if you were to say turkey legs, Dean would want to come over. Um, Now, Hollywood Studios, one ride I can't wait to go on in Hollywood Studios would have to be Rock and Roller Coaster. Because, number one, I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm a metalhead. So Aerosmith, definite plus for me. Oh, hey Diana, welcome in.
Hi, Diana.
Don't
Hi, Silk
don't think I've
Cargo.
seen you. Don't think I've seen you in here in a while. And in Cargo, hey, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Um, but yeah, I definitely can't wait to go on Rock and Roller Coaster. My girlfriend, she's not a big fan of launch coasters, so I think I'm going to probably end up going on that one a second time by myself. But that's fine. Um, now, what would you say your favorite animal over Animal Kingdom is?
Animal Kingdom. Definitely. I like back to Hollywood Studios. I do enjoy the Beauty and the Beast stage show
Mm-hmm.
or live on stage.
Yeah.
And then Animal Kingdom, I'd say definitely the Kilimanjaro Safari. Um, it's
Now,
always a
what was
lot
your
of
favorite?
fun.
What was your favorite animal on the safari?
Hmm.
I know, tough question, huh?
It is a tough question. Probably the oh goodness. I have to go with the giraffe, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Okay. Yeah, the giraffes look pretty cool. I would have to say the one of my favorite animals, the one I can't wait to see, is that guy, the one that's got his haunches sitting on the air conditioner. You know which one that one is? I don't know if you're. Did you know about that little trick?
No.
The lion that's up on Pride Rock. How do you think they keep him up there? There's an air conditioner right next to him,
Really?
blowing cold air all over that thing, just so that he'll stay out there in the heat.
Why can't we have that out?
Because nobody comes to Disney to see Dean the Turkey Legster, but they do go on the safari to see Pride Rock and see that majestic looking lion,
Well, I mean
right?
the AC out in the outdoors.
I think because it'd be just way too expensive to run AC all over the place, you know?
Yeah.
Um, Now, which one of the four parks would you say is your all time favorite?
Epcot.
Epcot. Nice. That's a great park. We're doing 2 days right back to back at Epcot. And yes, I actually didn't misspeak when I said that. EPSCOT, Experimental Prototype Shopping Center of Tomorrow. It's true, right?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, they've got more stores and more restaurants than anything there. I mean, I think they have what, like 9 rides? Let's see. Let
It's
me think about that here. You got Journey into Imagination. You got the big golf ball. You got Mission Space. You got Finding Nemo. You got Soren. You got Test Track. You got the Three Caballeros, and you got Frozen Ever After, and you got Ratatouille. 9 rides. That's not a lot. I mean, if you go in there with the DAS pass, you can probably get all that stuff done in one day, and have the second day. Oh, hold on a second here. Wait, thank you,
Hi
Diane.
Mike, how are
Hi,
you?
thank you, Mike. I greatly appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Oh my gosh! But yeah, you've got all these like these 9 rides, and three of them are in World Showcase. So that's only 6 rides in all the Future World. That's not a lot, but it's an amazing, fun park. I cannot wait to go there. And I've been hearing rumors that they've got a giant 9 iron right next to that big golf ball. Is that true?
I haven't seen it.
I've been hearing rumors they put that out in the morning. Is that true? Has anybody seen that? I am joking, of
I
course.
don't.
Although that would be a really cool
That would
prop.
be
You know what I mean?
funny.
Of course, I'm very funny looking, but that's beside the point. Okay, and what would you say your favorite Disney princess is?
Cinderella.
Cinderella. And why is that?
Cinderella because I know Snow White did too, but Cinderella had to go through a lot.
Hmm.
Um, and the other one besides Snow White didn't really have. Well, I don't know. Some of them went through. Um, I have to think about that. But
Cinderella.
Cinderella, I
Okay.
think she was.
Yes, Cindy was. She's a good princess, and she's more. I guess you can call her like the working man's princess because she, well, was basically a slave. If you look at it, if you want to be harsh about it, she pretty much was. But she ended up having a lot of friends. The mice
Mice, the
and
birds, yeah.
the birds. Yeah. So her and Snow White pretty much um, kind of had their thing going on with being friends with the animals. I think they probably could have very easily been druids in a in a D&D game. Uh, Now, one other thing. The What would you say is your favorite nighttime extravaganza in the parks?
Definitely harmonious.
Harmonious. Is that because of your love of Epcot?
Partly,
Partly.
but it's also the of the ones that are there now. I haven't seen Enchantment live yet, and
Okay, why
I,
not?
I never saw Happily Ever After live.
Okay, is it because they're on past your bedtime? 'Cause
Um,
I know you get up early to go sling burgers for the redhead, right?
yeah.
I'm still waiting for
Well,
my baconator, by the way. You promised me a baconator. Actually, I think your exact words is, "Sorry, we're closed."
well, I mean, I could
Hey,
send you
look at
one, but
this.
oh, thank
Cargo
you.
agrees with you. That's hard because Cargo doesn't agree with anybody usually.
Well, harmonious is. I do have a problem with all those barges out in the middle of the water, during the day. I do have a problem with, them, with them, that having to be a thing. But, the harmonious show is absolutely, um, you know, a 10 out of 10 for me watching
Hmm.
it. They have, with how they having the music and the singers from the countries,
Uh huh.
performing the Disney songs and the um, the water and the firework and all the effects and everything. Um, it's just a really great show.
Cargo, I know it's exactly what you're talking about. Okay, now I know we've touched on the parks because I know you're there pretty much every day off you get, right?
Not really. I
Well,
wish.
as many as you can, right?
Yeah.
But what would you say is your favorite of the Disney resorts?
Of the resorts,
How about this? Let me make it easier on you. What's your favorite deluxe resort?
okay, deluxe resort, I have to go with, ooh, I'd say it's a tie between the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian.
Oh, good choices. I hear a lot of good things about those two. I would have to say of all the deluxe resorts, the one that I like the most and appreciate the most is the Contemporary, because I really like the construction technology for unique for that hotel. But the one that I would probably want to stay at most would be Animal Kingdom Lodge, just because of the animals, and it's just a little bit isolated. Now, what about your moderates?
Moderates. Okay, so I think this falls into that category. The Fort Wilderness campground.
Mm-hmm.
I have kind of the, if I ever can afford to get a room at a Disney resort, I want to stay in one of the cabins
Oh,
at
the
Fort Wilderness.
cabins would actually be a great option because if you're staying with a group of people and you pile up everybody's money together, the cabins are the best value because you could stuff like six people in one of those cabins, and all six of them paying for I mean it's normally what $300 a night, so six people each
300,
one,
yeah.
yeah, each one chipping in, that's $50 a night. That's not bad, right? So if you think of it like that, oh, there you go. Tina, got to tell you, I
Hi,
did
Tina.
ask your question, and of course Dean laughed at me because he says he's always loved turkey legs. Okay, now how about the values? Because I know that's more in line with your budget, right? And mine too. I'll be honest, mine too. Because I
The
tend to spend my money on
values,
crap.
I would probably go with the art of animation
Oh,
because I
see,
like they got those several sections, all the
mm-hmm.
sections with all the different theming. I think that's really well done how they did all those. So I'd have to say the art of animation.
Nice. And it's funny you should mention that. Jennifer and I will be staying at in a Little Mermaid room at Art of Animation
Oh,
when we go in October. So that is going to be fun because we'll have Skyliner to Epcot, the Hollywood Studios, and well, we'll be stuck taking buses to Magic Kingdom. Although I think we might be able to, for our Magic Kingdom days, we might be able to hop on the Skyliner over to Epcot and then hop on the monorail and go to TTA and then hop on the monorail and go to Magic Kingdom if you want to avoid the buses.
yeah. And
But
that does take time, but
it would take time. I think we have a reservation. If they're able to do it, I think we might have a reservation for Crystal Palace. Hopefully, they're able to do uh, Crystal Palace for breakfast because that is one that looks like Diane agreed with you that the cabins would be awesome there. I like that. I love when people agree here. That's awesome. Oh, hey there, Chris.
hi,
Gotta
Chris.
gotta hand it to Chris. He did me a huge solid last week. Chris recommended my channel be put on Pete's Spotlight. And I thank him eternally for that. Thank you so much for doing that, Chris. Um, now, as far as off property, have you ever had a chance to stay off property?
No, because
No.
I live an hour from Disney,
Uh huh.
so I'm usually just coming for the day, and I can't really, I can't afford um,
Yeah, I know.
to get a
Believe me,
room.
believe me, I totally understand. Unless you're
So
like staying with friends from out of town, or you know,
yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I've visited the resorts, some of the resorts, just for a couple hours,
uh huh.
on different visits, but I haven't actually stayed in any of them. So I don't know what the rooms are actually like. So when I say I like a resort, it means it's
You
just
like
kind of,
the
the
theming of it, right?
theming, yeah, and
Yeah,
the
makes
atmosphere.
perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Now, I have a rather weird question though. What's your favorite restaurant to take a date to at Disney?
Well, let's see. I have not done that, but
What?
I would say, Hmm. That's a very good question.
Yeah. So what would be one restaurant you would take a date to?
That I would take a date to.
Yeah.
Probably, and I'm drawing a huge blank. There's the one at the Polynesian.
Ohana.
Ohana. That would be a fun one.
It's funny that you go into the resorts and the parks a lot more than I could have ever done because I've never been there, and I don't know. Didn't know how I didn't draw how I didn't draw a blank on that, but that's okay. You're allowed. After all, nerves and everything, right? But yeah, Ohana is actually going to be our breakfast for our last day that we're there for last park day. We're going to be doing Magic Kingdom on the Saturday before we leave, and we're doing Ohana for breakfast. By the way, anybody that lives in the Orlando area, um, on October 29th, that's the one day that Jennifer and I have set aside to meet all our lovely friends. So if y'all live in the Orlando area and you want to meet up with us, that's the day, the 29th, over at Disney Springs. We haven't figured out where. Might just be over a Chicken Guy or maybe even a Blaze, but that's probably what we're gonna do. So yeah, Dean, I expect to see you over there too, right?
Yep, I'll be there.
Because yes, since Disney Springs is free, well, to get in.
Free until you eat and shop. Yep.
Yeah, free to get in. Okay. Favorite shop at Disney Springs?
Yes, so Cargo. I was writing it down. Um, so my favorite shop at Disney Springs would I'd have to definitely say the World of Disney store.
The World of Disney. Hey, we've got one over here too. Okay, Cargo. To answer that question, have I ever stayed at a DVC resort? Quite simply, no. Wouldn't be able to afford it. And Dean
Uh,
doesn't stay in the hotels because he lives so close
I
to the
live
parks that.
close. Yeah, also, I mean, I wouldn't mind, but also can't afford it.
Now, Dean, do you
So
drive?
I do.
Oh, cool. So you get to brave I-5 or I-4 then, right?
I-4 or the Toll Road around Orlando, 417.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually how I go. It's a little more direct. It goes right through, like 5 minutes from here. The I-4 would take some traveling, and so
Now, how many YouTubers have you met up with over in the parks?
okay, there.
Now, I'm talking YouTubers that you've actually approached and said, "Hi, it's me, Dean the Turkey Legster,"
That I've actually talked to at Disney Springs
or even in the parks.
or in the parks.
Oh my gosh, I have to say hi
Hi,
to my
Carol.
second favorite teacher. There's a reason
Um,
she's my second favorite teacher. My favorite teacher, that honor will always go to my girlfriend Jennifer. She's a preschool teacher. But thank you for coming. Thank you for coming in, Carol. Love you. But have you met any YouTubers in the parks
I've met
or Disney
several.
Springs?
I've met. I'd have to say at least a dozen.
At least a
Probably,
dozen.
probably between a dozen and between 12 and 15, at
Okay.
least.
Oh, that's cool. So
Um,
you've actually met a few more than I have.
yeah, this past weekend I was at Disney Springs. I met up with Dawn and Jeff from the Hitchhiking Bones
Oh yeah, I heard they were down there.
and Russ from What in the World with Russ.
Oh, I definitely want to hang out with him. He sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah, so we had a meal and we did a little shopping
Oh, there
and
you go.
it was fun.
See, I have met for a brief moment, about 15, 20 minutes or so, maybe a little longer. I met Meg from Mickey's Magic. Her and her mom are absolute sweethearts. And I've met Kelly, the Mickey Bunch.
I met
And
her too. Yeah, we met
and
at the Bucky's.
oh, Bucky's, isn't that a
My
gas
f-
station?
my first. It is a much more than a gas station. It is a. It is a huge store. They
Uh-huh.
have so much there. It's like a gas station meets shopping mall,
Uh-huh.
almost.
I heard they sell something called beaver nuggets. I'm like worried about that because when I
It's
think
not the
beaver nuggets,
nuggets
I
that you're thinking, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Is I'm like, okay, why would they sell that?
So
So
the
explain,
yeah,
what are beaver nuggets?
beaver nuggets is like a they're like a corn snack, and they have different ones, kind of like well, what kind of like corn puff type things. They have sweet ones, they have savory ones. Um, the original one is more like a sweet um, flavor, but then they have ones that are um, like cheddar, white cheddar,
Uh-huh.
um,
So
like a
basically
jalapeno
have
one.
you have a neutral flavor like corn that they dust it with all kinds of different powders to give it additional kick then, right?
Essentially, although the regular flavor is actually a sweet one, so it's like a almost a glazed thing on the outside.
Chris, I've got you beat. Um, my girlfriend, Kelly, and James and I ate dinner at Knott's Berry Farm at Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant. Now that was a yummy meal. Okay, wait a minute. Bear droppings, moose droppings, cargo, cargo. Do you know something that I don't know?
Also, a minute ago, So Cargo asked if I am on Instagram. I am on Instagram. It's at Dean the Turkey Legster, all one word.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cargo is on Instagram as well. She's at So Cargo. Um, I just recently found her. Well, she actually pointed me to herself. But yeah, Tina, I agree with you. I miss Kelly and James too. They were a lot of fun to hang out with at Knott's Berry Farm. But one thing I have to promise to you, Dean, is if you ever find your way out to the West Coast, um, let me know ahead of time before you get here,
Oh, I
and
will.
I will see about at the very least getting into Knott's Berry Farm. Because I mean, it's not all Disney out here. We do have other parks. We do have other adventures. Um,
Okay.
now,
Yeah, Knott's looks a lot of fun. And I do, besides Disney, I do really love the peanuts. And I know Knott's has a peanut section.
yeah,
So
they have an
Charlie
area called
Brown,
Camp Snoopy.
Snoopy. Yep.
Yeah, they have an area called Camp Snoopy. It's where all the kiddie rides are. And I have a picture of Kelly and Taylor on one of the kiddie roller coasters in Camp Snoopy. Well, it's I wouldn't really call it a kiddie coaster because it does have a height minimum to get on it, and that is Sierra Sidewinder. For those who don't know what that is, it's basically a spinning roller coaster, kind of like um, Primeval Whirl before they took it out. Now,
Okay.
do you ever go to Universal Studios Orlando?
I have not ever been to Universal. I want to.
Uh-huh.
I hear that they do sell turkey legs, so I would feel safe there. So,
Okay. What would you do if a park didn't offer turkey legs?
I have this problem at Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. But if at Disney, I have the option to like have I have a pass so I can park hop. At
Uh-huh.
Universal, if they didn't have any turkey legs, I'd have to either starve or settle.
Now, Dean, life is more than just turkey legs. You know that, right? There's wings. There's turkey breast meat. There's giblets. Oh my God, you haven't lived until you've had a good giblet gravy. But it's not all the leg, right?
Well, I know, but I mean, when I'm at a theme park, Brian,
Yes. Well, when you're at a theme park, in addition to the turkey legs, you also have, oh, let's see, how about a good old fashioned burger, right? I mean, you can at the very least get a turkey patty in most
a turkey
restaurants.
burger, yeah.
Yeah, so you can get a turkey burger. That's
I would have to
almost a turkey
see what
leg.
they have. Yeah, I would go for a burger maybe. Um, you know, burger and fries.
Oh my gosh. The dark, shadowy place beyond the kingdom. Okay, now, because I did mention Universal, I have to ask, which Hogwarts house were you sorted into?
Um,
I'm gonna
what was
guess
it?
that you would have been sorted into Hufflepuff.
That sounds familiar. I took one of those tests online. Um, Hufflepuff sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm. Care to guess which house I was sorted into?
Gryffindor.
Oh God, no, 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 not
No?
those goody two shoes.
No?
Nope.
Not Slytherin.
And why not Slytherin?
Slytherin? Really?
I actually sorted into Slytherin.
Oh boy.
Okay, now if you think about it, some of the values of Slytherin House, you have fraternity, okay, you have ambition, you have loyalty. I mean, those are positive values if they're held in check. Now, granted, some Slytherin didn't hold those values in check. They kind of went a little bit off the rails. Lucius Malfoy um, and his son Draco are two great examples of that. But if you if you look deeper, Slytherin's not as bad as people give him credit to. After all, Snape was the head of Slytherin, and he didn't turn out that bad, did he? Oh my gosh, we have a very special guest here.
Hey Jeff.
Hey Jeff, how you doing, my friend?
So
Welcome in, sir.
Jeff,
Welcome in.
Jeff was the very first YouTube person that I met out of all the ones that I've ever met.
Oh,
He
there
was
you
the very
go.
first when I met him, his wife, two of his daughters. We met in Disney Springs.
Uh huh.
We had I guess we had about 20-30 minute chit chatting. Um,
Yep. That it's always good to have a chat um, with with decent people about the stuff that y'all love. You know, because after all, what good are all these great people here if you just can't interact with them personally? You know?
exactly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, has it really been almost an hour? Dean, I'm
Whoa.
shocked. I didn't know you actually streamed for an hour, buddy.
Time flies. We're
Time,
having
yeah,
fun.
the way I see it, time does fly when you're having fun. Looks like we got quite a few people here. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Chris, for stopping by. Paula, absolutely love you. You're a total sweetheart. Mike, thanks again for subscribing. Greatly appreciate it. Um, Now, if you haven't already done so, please leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And got to stop by Dean here's channel, Dean the Turkey Lakester, and subscribe to him as well. I do believe I'll have his link in the description once everything is done. And also, please support my partner channel, Talking Mickey Project. Emma and her dad and her mom do some absolutely amazing things out there in Texas. They're in the middle of moving right now, but in the next couple of weeks, when everything is said and done, they get their new studio set up. They're going to be putting out more interviews and more trivia. So please join us over there Wednesday evenings at 8 o'clock on the east and 5 o'clock on the west, and Saturdays at 8 o'clock on the east and 5 o'clock on the west. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you, Dean. Absolutely fun talking with you.
Yeah, thanks
Don't
for
eat too.
having me.
Hey, no problem. Anytime you want to come back, just send me a message on Instagram. I'd love to have you on. But thanks again for stopping by, Tina. Thank you for stopping by. And Kelly, again, thank you so much. Absolutely love you, Kelly. You're you're definitely an inspiration to me. But with that being said, I'm going to sign off with Dean the Turkey Lakester here, and you all have a magical evening. Thank you for watching, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.